Have you ever wondered why something as private and personal as sex should still matter after your 60s, 70s, even 80s? Isn't it supposed to fade? Like an old photo or forgotten memory. That's what many people think. But I'm here to tell you, as a doctor who's worked with older patients for decades, letting go of intimacy isn't just natural. It can quietly rob you of your health, happiness, even your years. In this video, you'll discover 10 shocking things. A lack of sex in old age affects older adults, from your heart health to your sleep, even your memory and relationships. And more importantly, I'll share what you can do to turn things around. Starting today, stick with me to the end, because number 10 is the one most seniors don't realize until it's too late. This could be the wake-up call your body has been waiting for. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's talk about the very first thing that takes a hit when you don't have sex in old age. Your heart health. Most people think of intimacy as emotional or physical, but very few realize it directly affects your heart health. Regular physical affection, whether it's sex, cuddling, or close touch, naturally improves blood circulation, helps regulate blood pressure, and supports overall cardiovascular function. Think of it like gentle exercise. It doesn't have to be intense or frequent. What matters is consistency. When you stop having sex, that physical closeness disappears, and your heart doesn't get the same support. It becomes more vulnerable to stress, inflammation, and long-term disease. And this isn't just opinion, it's science. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that older adults who continued having sex had significantly better heart health than those who stopped. Why? Because sex helps keep your arteries flexible, your blood pressure in check, and your emotional stress lower. When you don't have sex in old age, your body misses out on those vital hormonal and circulatory benefits. Over time, this leads to stiffer arteries, higher blood pressure, and a greater risk of heart disease. This isn't about pleasure. It's about protecting your heart. Let's keep going with the second thing that starts to decline when you stop having sex in old age. Your muscles and joints as you age. Staying mobile gets harder, not just because of time, but because of what you stop doing. Sex isn't just about pleasure. It's a form of movement that naturally engages multiple muscle groups. It promotes flexibility, balance, and even coordination. Think about it. Intimacy involves your legs, your back, your core. It keeps blood flowing and joints from locking up. But when intimacy disappears, so does that regular, gentle workout. Over time, your muscles begin to weaken, joints stiffen. Simple tasks like getting out of a chair or climbing stairs become harder. You may not notice it right away, but the change is real. Many seniors start feeling less steady on their feet, experience more aches in their hips, or feel tightness in their lower back. And here's the real risk: weaker muscles and stiff joints lead to more falls. And for older adults, one bad fall can change everything. And beyond the physical risks, losing that kind of movement can quietly drain your sense of independence. When your body doesn't feel strong or steady, your confidence takes a hit. You may start avoiding certain activities, hesitate to go out alone, or feel more reliant on others' changes that slowly shrink your world. Let's keep going with the third thing that suffers when you stop having sex in old age: your brain. Most people don't realize how closely sexual activity and brain health are connected, but they are. When you're sexually active, your brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. These chemicals don't just make you feel good, they lift your mood, calm your nerves, sharpen your focus, and strengthen memory. Oxytocin builds emotional closeness and safety. Dopamine fuels motivation. Endorphins help your brain relax and recover. Together, they act like a shield, protecting your brain from stress and age-related decline. But when sex stops, so does this natural support system. The result: you may feel more anxious, more forgetful, or emotionally dull. Some older adults even mistake these symptoms for early dementia, when in reality, their brain is simply missing stimulation. It's not just about aging, it's about what's missing from your life. Sexual connection keeps your brain engaged and emotionally alive. And while puzzles and memory games help, they don't replace the chemical boost your brain gets from real, physical intimacy. So if you've stopped having sex, don't be surprised if your mind feels slower or more clouded. The brain needs connection just as much as it needs challenge. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 1 below. It lets me know you're here, paying attention, and ready to take your health seriously. Let's keep going with the fourth thing that starts to break down when you stop having sex in old age: your emotional connection. For many couples, once sex disappears from the relationship, so does the deeper sense of closeness. You stop touching. You stop making eye contact. You stop feeling like partners and start living like polite roommates. Over time, this quiet drift creates distance. You may still share a home, meals, or routines, but the emotional warmth fades. And with it comes something worse: a growing sense of loneliness, even when you're not alone. When sex is no longer part of your relationship, it often takes affection with it. The hugs, the hand-holding, the little moments of closeness that once made you feel wanted and seen, they disappear. You may not fight or argue, but the silence speaks louder. Some people begin to feel invisible. Others feel resentful, hurt, or rejected, even if no one says it out loud. This isn't just about physical needs, it's about emotional survival. Human beings are wired for touch, for affection, for being known. When that part of your relationship shuts down, it doesn't just change how you feel, it changes who you are in each other's eyes. And the longer that distance grows, the harder it becomes to close the gap again. Let's keep going with the fifth thing that suffers when you stop having sex in old age: your sleep. You might blame your restless nights on aging, but there's something else happening. When you stop having sex, your body stops producing a powerful mix of hormones that help you rest, namely prolactin and oxytocin. These aren't just feel-good chemicals. Prolactin promotes relaxation and deep sleep. Oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone, reduces stress and anxiety, helping you unwind before bed. When sexual activity disappears, so do these natural sleep aids. The result: more tossing and turning, more waking up in the middle of the night, and more mornings where you feel like you didn't sleep at all. Over time, that lack of rest chips away at your energy, mood, and even your immune system. You start to drag through the day, feel more irritable, and lose the motivation to stay active. Many seniors turn to pills for sleep, not realizing their body once had its own built-in remedy and gave it up the moment intimacy ended. Sleep isn't just about comfort. It's about healing, memory, and staying sharp. If you've stopped having sex and your nights have become restless, now you know why. Your body misses the natural rhythm that intimacy used to provide. Let's keep going with the sixth thing that starts to break down when you stop having sex in old age: your confidence and sense of self-worth. When you're no longer sexually active, something shifts deep inside, not just in your body, but in how you see yourself. Without touch, without the feeling of being desired, many older adults begin to feel invisible, and not just to their partners, but to themselves. You start to wonder, do I still matter? Am I still attractive? Still alive in the ways that count? Over time, that lack of affirmation takes its toll. Your self-image slips. You may stop caring about how you look, stop dressing up, even avoid mirrors. Not because you don't care, but because you don't feel seen anymore. This kind of emotional withdrawal doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly. As the intimacy you once shared fades away, without sex, there's no spark, no physical reminder that you're still desirable, still capable of connection. And when that disappears, so does the motivation to stay engaged with life. Confidence isn't just about looks. It's about feeling wanted, valuable, and alive. And yes, sex plays a powerful role in keeping that fire lit. When you give it up, you risk losing more than just physical pleasure. You risk losing yourself. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 1 below. It lets me know you're here, paying attention, and ready to take your health seriously. Let's keep going with the 7th thing that weakens when you stop having sex in old age: your immune system. You might not connect intimacy with your body's ability to fight off illness, but the link is real and powerful. When you're no longer sexually active, your body misses out on a natural boost to its defenses. Regular sexual activity has been shown to raise levels of immunoglobulin A, or IgA, a key antibody that helps protect you from colds, infections, and other common illnesses. Without that stimulation, your immune response can slow down. You may find yourself getting sick more often, taking longer to recover, or feeling run down without knowing why. Over time, that adds up, especially when your body already has to work harder just to stay balanced as you age. Seniors who maintain a healthy sex life tend to have fewer doctor visits, less inflammation, and better overall resilience. So, if you've stopped having sex, understand that it's not just affecting your emotions or relationships, it's also quietly weakening your body's first line of defense. Intimacy isn't just about closeness. It's one of nature's simplest, most powerful tools for keeping your body strong and well. Let's keep going with the eighth thing that takes a toll when you stop having sex in old age: your ability to manage stress and anxiety. When sexual activity fades, so does one of your body's most natural ways to regulate tension. Physical intimacy helps lower cortisol, the hormone that spikes when you're stressed, and promotes the release of calming chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin. But when you stop having sex, your body loses that calming support. Over time, stress builds. You may feel more on edge, more easily overwhelmed, and less able to relax. Even in quiet moments, small problems start to feel bigger. Your mind races, sleep suffers, and a low-grade tension lingers in your body. For many older adults, this becomes the new normal, but it doesn't have to be. Staying sexually active can offer a natural buffer against life's daily pressures. It helps your nervous system reset, grounds your emotions, and brings you back into balance. Without it, your body stays in a low state of alert, always bracing for something to go wrong. If you've stopped having sex and you're feeling more anxious lately, now you know why. Your body is missing one of its most powerful tools for peace. Let's keep going with the ninth thing that begins to break down when you stop having sex in old age: your relationship. Even in couples who care deeply for each other, the lack of physical intimacy can slowly create emotional distance. Without that connection, affection fades. The small moments like touching a hand, leaning in close, or sharing a private smile become rare. Over time, the communication changes. Conversations grow shorter, less personal. Misunderstandings creep in more easily. You might still share a home and a routine, but the bond starts to feel thinner, less secure. Without sex, you lose more than physical closeness. You lose a way to express love, repair tension, and feel truly connected. And as weeks turn into months, that quiet drift can lead to a sense of separation that's hard to fix. The strongest relationships rely on both emotional and physical closeness to stay vibrant. When you stop having sex, you risk turning your partnership into something more like a quiet companionship than a true connection. If your relationship has felt distant lately and you've stopped being intimate, this may be the missing piece. Rebuilding that closeness starts with one choice, and it's never too late to reconnect. Now let's talk about the 10th and final thing that takes a serious hit when you stop having sex in old age: your body's ability to be intimate at all. It's the classic truth: use it or lose it. That applies to your brain, your muscles, and yes, your sexual function. When you stop having sex, your body slowly starts to forget how it all works. For men, this can mean weaker erections or longer arousal times. For women, it often leads to vaginal dryness, irritation, and a loss of natural flexibility. The longer you go without any sexual activity, the harder it becomes to get those physical responses back. Your body adjusts, but not in a way that serves you. Instead of staying responsive and ready, everything begins to slow down, tighten up, and become less comfortable. Over time, even the idea of intimacy can feel unfamiliar or difficult. That creates a cycle. Discomfort leads to avoidance, and avoidance leads to further decline. But here's the truth: staying sexually active, even gently and occasionally, helps your body stay in tune. Blood keeps flowing, nerves stay responsive, tissues stay healthy. If you've gone a long time without sex, you may think it's too late, but it's not. Your body is waiting for a signal. It just needs you to start. So, what can you do if you've stopped having sex in old age and want to change that? Start small, but start today. First, talk with your partner. Be open about how you feel, what you miss, and what you'd like to rebuild. Honest conversations lay the groundwork for reconnecting. If you're not currently in a relationship, it's still just as important to stay in tune with your body. Self-connection matters. Intimacy doesn't have to involve someone else. It begins with knowing your own comfort and needs. If physical issues are part of why sex stopped, don't suffer in silence. Speak to your doctor. There are solutions for dryness, erectile dysfunction, and low libido. Many are safe, simple, and effective. Rebuilding intimacy doesn't require a dramatic change. Start by holding hands more. Share a hug. Sit close. These little moments of touch can slowly bring back closeness, warmth, and confidence. Most of all, be patient. You haven't outgrown the need for intimacy, you've just gone without it long enough to forget how much it matters. But your body and heart still remember, and they're still capable. Here's the bottom line: giving up sex in old age doesn't just affect one area of your life. It touches everything: your health, your energy, your mood, your relationships. Intimacy is about connection, circulation, confidence, and joy. It's not about performance. It's about staying human and feeling alive. If this video spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I've got more videos coming that dive even deeper into what really happens when you stop having sex in old age and how it affects your health, your relationships, and your sense of self. You won't want to miss what's next.